Well, folks, it seems America's favorite pharmacy chain, Walgreens, is in a bit of a pickle. And not just any pickle, but one that could have serious repercussions for the entire pharmaceutical industry. And by pickle, I mean facing a lawsuit so big it could bankrupt a small country. This isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's a full blown legal battle that could change the way pharmacies operate. The U.S. Department of Justice has slapped them with a lawsuit alleging they essentially became a dealer, not a healer. Imagine that, a trusted pharmacy chain accused of acting like a street corner drug dealer. The lawsuit claims that from 2012 to now, Walgreens knowingly filled millions of prescriptions for opioid painkillers that were about as legitimate as a $3 bill. These weren't just occasional mistakes, this was a systemic issue. We're talking prescriptions for dangerous quantities, early refills, the works. It was like a free for all for anyone looking to get their hands on these powerful drugs. Basically, if you were looking for enough opioids to sedate a rhinoceros, Walgreens was your go to. The sheer volume of these prescriptions is staggering. This wasn't just a case of a few bad apples spoiling the bunch. The lawsuit suggests that this was a widespread issue affecting multiple locations and countless employees. The lawsuit claims Walgreens actually pressured its pharmacists to fill these prescriptions quickly, like they were competing in some sort of pill counting Olympics. Speed over safety seemed to be the motto. They allegedly ignored giant flashing red flags, turning a blind eye to potentially illegal prescriptions. This wasn't just negligence, it was a blatant disregard for the law and public safety. Now, you might be thinking, John, surely someone at Walgreens noticed something was amiss. How could such a large and reputable company miss these glaring issues? Well, according to the lawsuit, some people did. There were indeed individuals who saw the red flags and tried to raise the alarm. We're talking about brave pharmacists, the real heroes in this story, who apparently raised concerns about these suspicious prescriptions. They took their responsibilities seriously and tried to do the right thing. But did Walgreens listen? Did they say, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Let's investigate this immediately"? Did they take swift action to address these concerns? Of course not. This is corporate America, folks, where the bottom line often takes precedence over ethical considerations. Instead, the lawsuit claims they ignored these warnings, prioritizing profits over people. The focus was on maintaining sales and keeping the cash registers ringing. Shocking, I know. It's like walking into a burning building and telling the fire marshal, "Hey, I think I smell smoke," and they just hand you a hot dog and say, "Enjoy the show." These pharmacists were allegedly pressured to just keep dispensing those pills. Consequences be damned. They were caught in a system that valued profits over patient safety, and their concerns were brushed aside. Now, this Walgreens lawsuit might sound familiar, and that's because it really is. Remember when CVS got slapped with a similar lawsuit just last year? It seems big pharmacy chains have a nasty habit of treating opioid prescriptions like they're candy. And let's be clear, this isn't some victimless crime at all. The opioid epidemic has ravaged communities across America, leaving a trail of addiction, overdoses, and broken families in its wake. It's a crisis fueled by greed, negligence, and a shocking, disregard for human life. And now, Walgreens is being accused of playing a starring role in this ongoing tragedy. Walgreens, of course, denies any wrongdoing. They claim that they have always followed the law and have done everything in their power to prevent the misuse of prescription medications. They're singing the same old tune about their pharmacists being dedicated healthcare professionals just trying to do their jobs. But the reality is more complex, and the impact of their actions has been devastating for many families. But frankly, that defense is wearing thinner than a pharmacy receipt after a year in your wallet. The evidence against them is mounting, and the public is demanding answers. This lawsuit is a big deal, folks. It's not just about money, it's about justice and accountability. It's a chance to hold a powerful corporation accountable for its alleged role in fueling a national crisis. Communities across the country have been torn apart by addiction, and it's time for change. It's a chance to send a message that profiting off addiction is not okay. We need to support those in recovery and prevent future tragedies. It's time for Walgreens and any other company that puts profits over people's lives to face the music. The public won't stand for it any longer because the cost of addiction is far too high a price to pay. Lives have been lost and families have been shattered. We must act now to prevent further harm.